Here at youtube.com, we love ranking things, don't we?
Our favourite activity.
We purchased this website. This is our website now.
Don't say that.
Come and take it from me if you can.
Who?
Anybody.
Who owns YouTube? Who's the main guy?
Me.
Before you, then.
Google.
Okay. But is there a guy?
Yeah, there's probably a guy.
Interesting.
But now that guy's
I think
me.
it's a woman. Got you. Got you, idiot. I'm progressive and you're not.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Mason, let me also be progressive.
Okay.
By asking everybody to leave a like.
Okay.
That's egalitarian. That's for everybody.
That's anybody can leave a like.
And the other thing is, we're going to be ranking Spider-Man universes.
Okay, sure.
The live action versions, some of the animated stuff, there's so much, and some of the comic book universes.
Okay, great.
Oh, maybe some video game things sneaking in as well.
Okay, we've covered all the bases.
We've done this before. We've looked at the DC universe, various characters and all of that.
Then we shouldn't worry about this one then.
No, this one's important.
Okay.
Because there's big Spider-Man movements happening this year.
Wow, speaking of big Spider-Man movements.
Yeah.
Adam Webb?
Yeah,
Great
exactly.
then.
Let's start with this one. It's a comic book universe.
Okay.
It's the Ultimate Spider-Man universe.
Interesting, okay. Well, this is the Marvel Universe that was created in the 2000s.
Yes.
And the idea behind it was a fresh start for a lot of characters. Your favourite characters, your X-Men's, the Ultimates, which was their version of the Avengers, etc.
The main thing, I guess, that people take from this is that Miles Morales was birthed there.
That's true.
I think that alone puts this quite highly.
Yeah. I like this version of Spider-Man as well. I think we got a better version of Spider-Man in high school.
Yeah.
He was...
It captured that early 2000s high school era.
It did, and he was also he was a Peter Parker that was like... He was way more into like pushing against the establishment. He asked a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Which I liked.
There was also a fun game, if you remember. You could also play as Venom. I'm going to say A. But would you go higher?
I might even go higher because the Ultimate Universe is back. There's now 2 versions of Peter Parker Spider-Man.
That's true.
There's the one that died.
Yep.
And then there's the new version who's a dad.
He's a man.
You got Spider-Man dad, you got Spider-Man died.
All right. You're right.
Yeah.
The 2 versions.
Yeah.
Let's put it in S.
Let's put it in S.
Great start.
Great start, I think.
This one, okay. The Mark Webb, Andrew Garfield universe.
Sure, okay.
The trilogy of movies. And by that I mean they did 3 movies worth of movies.
They sure did.
In 2 movies.
Okay, now points for Andrew Garfield.
Wonderful, delightful.
Terrific Spider-Man, terrific Peter Parker.
Yep. Great to see him return. He's just running rings around everybody in that Spider-Man movie. Just charisma to boot.
Cons everything else about that universe.
Not everything.
New Goblin? Wait, that was Raimi, wasn't it? Weird Goblin.
Weird Goblin.
Weird Goblin.
Gross Goblin.
Dane DeHaan, Gross Goblin.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's the biggest negative of these movies. I think it's just the fact that they threw everything at it and nothing worked because they went for everything. I think there's some good elements in these movies.
Yeah.
So this is pretty generous. I'm going to say a C.
No, I would agree with that. I mean, points against, the massively convoluted Peter's parents' story that just kept going and going, including the secret lab in the subway or whatever that you access with a special coin.
That was my favorite bit.
Of course it was. The Oscorp secret basement full of origin stories.
Yep.
If you need a new villain, they can just clock in and grab a octopus backpack or whatever, or a vulture suit, doesn't matter. All the stuff that went nowhere, like your Felicia Hardys and and your so forth.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, okay. C is about correct.
Magic Blood also.
Magic Blood.
But again, all the good things we said.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield specifically. Let's look at the Amazing Spider-Man 1977, the live-action series.
Okay, now this is Nicholas. It's Nicholas, one of the kids from The Sound of Music. Nicholas Hammond is what it is.
Exactly. I mean, points for coming out like the year before Superman came out.
Absolutely, yeah.
We actually have done a video on this one also. I mean, I think it's a really bold move to try and make this in the 70s, and there was a lot of like real climbing. It was on television.
Yeah. He had that one web shooter. One big chunky web shooter.
Like a big string would come out of it.
Yeah, my God, a big thick rope. Spider-Man web. I loved it. Look, I have fond memories of this because I think I would rent a VHS.
Yeah.
There was an episode where some university kids made a nuclear bomb.
Exactly.
And they put it on a roof.
Yep.
So Spider-Man had to climb up a building to get it.
It's all we had until Raimi in terms of live action, really.
Yeah. Look, I love his hair.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's a delight.
I agree.
It's a product of that era that he looks like a 40-year-old man who's an interning at the Daily Bugle.
Yes. Are you saying a C or a D or a B?
I'm saying a B. Extra points for that moment in one of those episodes where he meets his clone, because it was the first appearance of the Spider-Man clone saga in live action, where clone Peter Parker says, "I'm you and you're me, and this is a gun."
That's right, Peter. I'm you and you're me, and this is a gun.
Absolutely.
Pretty good,
points.
right?
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a big one, Mason. The Spider-Verse. as in the movie version.
Sure.
How you feeling about all of this? I mean, there's 2 very good movies at time of recording.
Yeah, sure.
Sure,
They were made without any crunch.
That's right. I was going to say, you don't need to worry about that. Don't look into it. Everybody got paid properly.
That's great.
Probably. So that aside, it's an S.
Phenomenal. Absolutely.
The best Spider-Man movies, in my opinion, humbly. Fan service without being like, look at this, look at this, look at this.
Yeah,
I mean, you can look at it.
You can absolutely look at it.
There are things that they want you to look at.
I'd actually recommend you look at it because there's some great,
Some of
just
the
when you
best
see
Wade
each of the parallel universes and, and when they clash and collide, when we get that kind of
the different art styles.
When we get the Renaissance era Vulture in the regular
God.
universe, incredible. Just some great work. And and it's its own separate universe. It's not the the classic Marvel comic book universe. So you can mix it up. You can have a Spider-Man who's a even bigger loser.
That's right.
You
Exactly.
can have a Spider-Man who's got it all together.
Who I can't relate to.
Yeah.
I like the big loser one.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I guess off the back of that, these characters do appear in this. I thought we'd just talk about some alternate versions of Spider-Man and just lump them together from different universes. Spider-Man 2099, which I guess is sometimes technically just from the future, but I think now he's just in his own universe, right?
It seems that way, yes.
Yeah.
The original, people should check out the original Spider-Man 2099 comics. That 2099 universe. Oh, just check it out.
It's good stuff.
Peter David, I believe, wrote the original series of
great.
Spider-Man 2099. Great stuff.
And you could look at Spider-Ham, Spider-Man Noir, others, etc.
Sure.
Where you putting these alternate versions? There's
We
one.
can end there, I think, others, etc.
Yeah, but there's like the 1602 version and whatever. There's a bunch. Mm-hmm. What are you doing with this? Is it a B? Is it an A? There's some really good stuff in here.
I think costume design alone, I'm giving it an A.
All right, man. Man, they're having a good run.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Spider-Man is a primo hero.
Yep. Next up.
Especially Spider-Ham.
Oh, absolutely.
Primo Ham.
Speaking of good
Is that a local reference? Primo Ham?
It's too local. This is not going to make the cut.
I think it will. I think whoever's editing this video, and thank you for editing the video, can Google Primo Ham.
Thanks, Matt.
And make it animated.
That's right. Let's talk about Sony's Spider-Man universe, which was previously SPUM, the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. So all those Spider-Man movies that don't have Spider-Man in it that you hate.
Absolutely.
That's what we're talking about. Venom, Kraven, Morbius, Madam Web. So look, I would say some of these aren't even completely dreadful. I think there's some good stuff in like the Venom movies, for example.
Tom Hardy, for example.
Yeah, but I just hate what they're doing.
Yes.
And the way that they're like, you love this. Here's a little treat for you Spider-Man fans. And it's like, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I know that. The way that some of these sometimes work is not because of the choices being made by executives.
No, absolutely.
It's by sheer force of will.
That's right.
By some of the people that make them.
It's by Tom Hardy having a conversation with himself using a somewhat normal voice and a really weird voice.
Exactly.
That's why people are going into cinemas for some of these.
I'm going to give this a very generous D.
Okay, sure.
What do you think? You love a generous D?
Yeah, absolutely.
That feels like, I don't know about that, but I guess I'm going to stick with it, right?
It's not better.
No, it's not better. No, I meant in the other way.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cynical and it smacks of desperation. Content aside.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
Yeah, stop it.
Or keep going because it's not our money.
Yeah, we don't care. How about this? We've got the Marvel 616 universe.
That's right. The classic 1960s era.
Mainline.
Lee and Kirby.
Yep.
Ditko. Mostly Ditko.
Mostly Ditko did it. Yeah. I mean, how can this not be S? It started everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of bad things in the main universe.
Name one thing.
The time the Clone Saga went forever.
Oh yeah, and then Spider-Man's still a sad loser.
Yes.
In comic books now.
Exactly.
You should get over it.
Yeah, get over
You
it.
should just sort everything out.
Yeah, figure it out.
Get married to MJ again.
Yeah, do that again. What are you doing?
Come on.
I mean, it's an S, right?
Yeah.
Putting an S. Mm-hmm. Everything you've ever known about Spider-Man started here.
That's right.
So look, I'm not happy about it, but it's an S. How about this? The Tom Holland MCU version.
Okay, all right.
Because he's not technically different because he's in the MCU, but he is owned by Sony. It's a borrowing situation, and at any moment that could collapse, and he's just a Sony version of the character.
Look, points for, like Tom Holland, what a delight. Points against, it's taken him 3 movies to get to the start of the Spider-Man saga.
Yes.
Right, the last one ended with him being like, well, I better make my own suit and be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man without a billion trillion gadgets.
Yes. But also, I like the idea, and you could say this for a lot of these universes, that they went in a different direction. They folded it into the MCU in a way that I feel works for the MCU version a lot of the time.
In a way, the only way they could.
Yeah. I'm going to say A, because I quite like those movies and that character in the other movies that he's in. Any objections?
Look, I think you've swayed me with the things you've said.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we're currently looking at these movies for Caravan of Garbage.
That's right. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Are there things I would change? No, because that would involve work, honestly.
But ask somebody else to change it.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Yeah, man.
I'd shoot off a quick text.
Yep.
Hey,
Avi Arad.
give this a little tweak.
No? Okay.
Okay, well, I tried.
Now, people aren't going to be happy about this, but I didn't grow up with these, and I haven't seen all of them, and I get confused about which is which. But we've got Spider-Man Unlimited, we've got Spider-Man, the new animated series, we've got Spectacular Spider-Man, we've got Ultimate Spider-Man. These are basically series that I know nothing about that I've put together, which also, there's a lot of love that people have for these,
sure.
except for probably Spider-Man Unlimited, which is like when they were like Spider-Man the Future, sort of.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man, but he goes to Counter Earth, which is the high evolutionary's fake Earth that he's made, and he gets a new Spider-Man suit that's basically the Batman Beyond suit.
Yep.
Spoot.
Exactly. And these other shows, though, what I've seen, really good stuff.
Okay, so what we're doing really here is we're going to have to put them in a tier that signifies we don't care about them at all, but that some of the viewers probably like these a lot. So we don't want to upset them too much, or we want to upset them a lot.
Yeah, okay.
So where would you put it?
F? Yeah, probably an F.
Yeah, put it in an F, I reckon.
I mean, I haven't seen them, so it wouldn't be fair to put them any higher than that either.
Absolutely, that's true.
In their entirety.
I mean, were this a system where there was a category for we haven't seen it, so it's exempt, but there isn't one, and we can't build that.
We didn't make this up.
Put it in F.
Exactly.
Put them all in F. Better luck next time.
How's about, if we're just picking universes, I thought I'd throw this one in. Spider-Man Life Story.
Sure, okay.
Which is a comic book series where every issue jumps ahead 10 years. And it basically does the entirety of the Spider-Man run, all the things that happen to him. It also happens as he ages.
In real time.
So
his origin is in the 60s.
Yes.
Wow.
So by the end, and you might get to like the Venom saga, and he's like in his 50s or wherever it's at.
Jesus.
I'm too old to do the Venom saga, actually.
Right, exactly. This is exhausting.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got an alien suit, and it's taken over my mind or whatever.
Yeah.
God.
It might not be when that happens. I can't remember. But I really enjoyed this a lot. I'm going to A-tier this.
Good for you.
How are you feeling about it?
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Sounds tiring, though.
Yeah, it is tiring. That's life.
I'd rather be at the Bowls Club. Having a $2 schooner. Because the beer's still cheap there,
It is.
At the Bowls Club.
I love that for them.
Oh, I'm going to find Venom, though. God.
Now let's do Earth 1048.
Which one's that?
The Sony PlayStation Insomniac Spider-Verse.
I played the first one, and I loved it.
Yes.
I hear the second one, not as good.
But story-wise, it's doing a lot of stuff.
Love that.
It's taken itself in its own direction. It doesn't adhere to like the lore of the comic book world strictly. It elevates other villains like Dr. Backwards Colors.
Dr. Backwards Colors, yeah.
All of those things.
Yeah, sure.
I think the acting in it is terrific.
I'm holding the city hostage, Spider-Man, and there's nothing you can do because I'm Dr. Backwards Colors. Well, maybe I'll come up with a gadget that makes your colors forward again. Foiled again!
It's introduced characters like Venom in a different way, without doing any spoilers. Miles Morales got his own game and then shared the last game. There's going to be other spin-offs. Will it tie into other, Marvel-esque universes down the line? Potentially. I like the idea of doing a game that's not just, this is the movie version and we've brought it over, because then you got to get it out by a certain time and you get it.
And have a bored Tobey Maguire do the voice.
Exactly. And I love Spider-Man 2, that game, Mason. This is up there for me, this universe.
I think so too.
A or B?
A.
All right, then.
That's right.
All right. Second to last. What about the Sam Raimi / Tobey Maguire universe?
Well, in a way, it's a perfect distillation of comic book Spider-Man on the big screen. What do you think about that?
Third one's not great, though. That's what people say.
That's true. That brings it down, doesn't it?
Slightly.
At least an F or below.
An F or below?
Maybe.
So we can introduce a category below F, but not a category we haven't seen this.
If we want to.
Okay.
Yeah, we make all the rules in this universe.
I would say this is responsible for the MCU.
How so?
Well,
elaborate on that.
Indirectly or directly. I know Kevin Feige also worked on this.
That's true.
And I know X-Men did this also and Blade. I understand that. But this was such a huge hit when it came out.
That's right.
Spawned a franchise. It meant let's put $200 million into a comic book universe.
And the regular people, real people, they'll come out and watch it.
And they did. And it's also responsible for the storyline in Entourage where Vinny Chase is Aquaman or whatever.
That is so true. Well, that's S tier alone.
Is it S tier?
I think it might be.
All right.
Why would you say what?
Because I
think that's a perfect compromise between the thing you said and when I said F. I was compromising.
Because it kind of fell apart in the third one.
Oh, yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. So F?
No, it's an S.
Okay.
It's an S, Mason.
All right.
It's an S.
Okay, all right. You got me.
I'm going to end with this one. Japanese Spider-Man. What do you know?
Boy.
He's an emissary from hell or whatever.
Yeah, I have seen some of this.
Yeah, we did an episode of it.
Oh, we sure did. His primary mode of transportation is a spaceship that turns into a lion man or something.
Yeah, he's got a Zord.
He's got a Zord,
and a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, his powers come from a space spider or something.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. That's all great stuff, honestly.
It's really fun.
Now, was this a part of some sort of cultural exchange? Stan Lee was like, we'll have some stuff that we're never going to use, and in exchange, you can have...
But don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. In exchange, you can do Spider-Man and do whatever you want with him.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
It's wild. If you haven't seen it, it's well worth checking out. I would love for that to be folded into other things.
Have we seen that in any Spider-Verse movies?
I don't think so, actually. Maybe, hopefully, the next one. But, bring back the actor.
Maybe it's a licensing thing. Maybe they'll have to purchase the entire island of Japan in order to make that happen.
That's fine. That's Sony.
Fine. Disney have enough money.
Sony also have enough. They sold all those CDs in the 90s.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Where is it? A?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Now, of course, there are universes that we haven't mentioned. Feel free
agreed.
to... No, you're right. Actually, don't worry about it. I was going to say leave them below. Don't bother.
What about the real world when you go to, like, Hollywood Boulevard or whatever, and there's a guy and he's like, take my photo with you. I'm Spider-Man. I'll do a flip.
Did you know, Mason?
Go on.
That we have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. Comes out every Monday. Of course, we're going to be talking about Madam Web if we haven't already.
That's right. I knew it.
Yeah, we knew it. Also, we have a service called BigSandwich.co where we do video game Let's Plays. We do movie commentaries. We do bonus podcasts. It's $9 a month if you want. We don't do ads on this, as in we don't run. People used to come to us and say, spruik our VPN or whatever. We don't really do that anymore because we've got this other thing if you want to stop that from happening. Otherwise, I'll start doing them again.
No.
It's a threat.
Wow.
You're going to get so many food box delivery services on this channel, Mason.
Can't wait. I love them.
Absolutely.
Just a box of raw ingredients. That's what I do with them?
Yeah.
That's what I do with them.
That's all you do.
I don't cook them.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you on the next video.
And thank you to Matt for the edit.
Thank you, Matt.